Well, that was easily the best Fast and the Furious movie in a very long time. Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with Toy Room movie review. So I guess not really back again, but like back for the first time. So I don't typically do movie reviews on my channel, and I'm actually feeling a little bit awkward even making this video, but I have such a passion for movies, specifically the movie we're talking about today, which is Fast 10. But I just have such a passion for movies, I figured why not give it a try. Now, I don't want to really call this a movie review because I'm not reviewing it in the normal aspect. I'm just kind of, I literally just came from the movies, set the camera up, I just finished seeing the movie, so I just want to spitball everything that's going on in my head right now and just talk about the movie. This is going to be completely spoilers, you know, spoiler warning. I hate having to do that, but it's the internet nowadays. So there's your warning. This is a completely spoiler video, and I just want to talk about the movie and all my thoughts and everything that's going on in my head. So I definitely want to talk with you guys as well. Have you guys seen the movie? I mean, I hope you guys have seen the movie if you're watching this video, but let's talk about it in the comments below. I would love to know what you guys thought about the movie. But honestly, I feel like this is easily, hands down, the best Fast and the Furious movie in a very long time. Coming off of Fast 9, the previous movie, I was not a big fan of that, so much so that I saw it once in theaters and I actually had to rewatch it before going to watch Fast 10 because I don't know, my brain just like erased everything that happened in that movie. Like, it was completely forgettable to me. Fast 8 was kind of in that same vein. I do remember Fast 8 just a little bit more than I do Fast 9 because I think I've seen it more times. Fast 9 I only saw once, well now twice, because I just watched it the other day. But yeah, the last couple movies have just been very forgettable and like extremely over the top. And we know Fast and the Furious is a very over the top franchise. I mean, at this point, what haven't they done, right? But I don't know, I just feel like progressively the movies have been getting like way more and more over the top. Fast 8, you had the whole submarine, The Rock, you know, I don't even know. Yeah, I think this was the same movie. The Rock grabbing the missile with his hands and just like redirecting, or the torpedo, not the missile. And then Fast 9, obviously, all the blasphemy that was in that movie, going to space with the Rocket Fiero, Dom catching the car with the rope and Tarzaning the car across the bridge to safety. Just a lot of absurdity, and I feel like Fast 10 was definitely one of the most grounded movies in a long time. And don't get me wrong, there was still a lot of, you know, over-the-top absurd stuff, but it wasn't anywhere where it's been the last couple movies. And I just feel like that, to me at least, I appreciated it. It was very grounded. They did have, like I said, some completely absurd stuff, like the first big action scene of the movie. They had this crazy bomb just going through the whole city of Rome and just tearing through everything and not exploding once until the very end because it was, you know, remotely detonated. But you would figure with the bomb just crashing into everything, catching on fire, that would somehow trigger an explosion, but it didn't. And Dom kind of did this thing that was kind of reminiscent to Fast 9, where he drove the car off the bridge, hit a crane, the crane did a 360 and kind of like foosballed the bomb into the canal or lake, whatever you want to call it. It was completely absurd, but given everything else that happened in the movie, I would say that that might have been one of the most absurd things in the movie that I can think of. But I don't know, I really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, it was pretty grounded for the most part. My biggest gripe with the movie, just to get that, you know, right off the bat, I would say just it felt very separated. Like the whole group was separated. You know, Dom was off by himself doing his own mission. Letty was locked up in jail the entire movie, and then the rest of the crew was just, you know, out traveling and escaping the feds and doing their own thing throughout the movie. So I will say, like, for a movie that's, you know, family oriented, you know, everything's got to be about the family was pretty spread out throughout this whole movie. None of them were really ever together on screen, I think, other than the opening sequence of the movie. So obviously that's you know, setting up the future, the next movie or the next two movies. You know, I'm sure they're all going to end up reuniting and whatnot, but it was kind of off-putting to see them all just completely separated and doing their own things and own like little side missions within the bigger mission or bigger plot of the movie. But I mean, right off the bat, I would say hands down, probably not my favorite part of the movie, but definitely up there is one of my favorite parts of the movie, only because the DeLorean from obviously Back to the Future is my favorite car of all time. So seeing the brand new DeLorean in this movie, like, completely caught me off guard. I know that's not going to mean a lot to a lot of people, but for me, when I saw it on screen, I just went absolutely nuts because one, like I wasn't expecting to see the brand new DeLorean. Like it hasn't even really been in the public's eyes that much, if at all. And then it just randomly showed up in this movie for a random cameo. So that completely caught me off guard, but I was really excited to see the brand new DeLorean in the movie. But I mean, other than that, the action scenes were really good. Not anything that we haven't seen already from Fast and Furious, but definitely more grounded from past movies, like I said before. And this movie was just a fun time. I had a good time with it. But hands down, the star of the show, Jason Momoa. Like, when I say he went all in with this movie, his acting was just phenomenal, top-notch, like, eccentric, just over the top, but in a very, very good way. I would say he reminded me of a mix of, like, the Joker, any version of Joker, Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, anything like that. He reminded me of the Joker mixed with Thanos. He had the over-the-top craziness and just, like, absurdity of doing random things just from his mannerisms, from singing, from calling people buttholes to you know, doing those type of things, to painting dead people's nails, like their toenails and stuff. Just that kind of level of craziness that you would get from the Joker, but then also the villainy that you get from Thanos, of being ahead of the game and seeing everything play out before, you know, the heroes do. Before Dom, he's always one step ahead, and he's always just killing everybody that he wants, and he has this big elaborate plan, and everything is part of his plan. So I feel like he's a mix between Thanos and Joker, which is just, I don't know, for me it worked. I really loved it. I feel like he really made the movie, and honestly, I guess if you guys want to call him the best villain in the FCU, I'm going to call it now the FCU. Not the MCU, but the FCU, the Fast Cinematic Universe. I think he might be the best villain, if not top two. I can't really think of anybody who was more enjoyable to watch. Obviously, there's more, like, iconic villains, obviously. But just, I don't know, there's something, he stole the show, in my opinion. His character, I just absolutely loved it. He may be a little bit over the top for some people, but for me, I don't know, I just really enjoyed watching him, and every minute that he was on the screen, it was just absolutely hilarious. Like, even if he wasn't trying to be funny, just his mannerisms or little things that he did were just, they were hilarious, man. So he honestly stole the show for me. Yeah, I don't know. It was a great time. Action was great. Jason Momoa's acting was great, and you know, typical stuff that you expect from the rest of the cast. Tyrese being the comedic relief, him and Ludacris going back and forth, all that, just typical Fast and Furious. We've all seen it before. And another thing we've seen before is characters that we presume were dead coming back, which happens in this movie. Gal Gadot's character, what is her name in the movie? Giselle is her name. I just had a blank right there. But Giselle's character coming back at the end, and you know, just at this point, I've just come to accept it. Nobody ever dies, ever, in this franchise. Some way, somehow, they get retconned to come back to life. I mean, we had Letty, who was dead, came back to life. Han, dead, came back to life. Giselle, dead, came back to life. Cypher, did she die on screen? I don't think she died on screen, but just every character possible, dead, came back to life. So I wouldn't be surprised if John Cena's character, who, you know, passed away or presumably died in this movie, he's probably going to show up in the next movie or the movie after that. It's just the way this franchise is. I don't believe anybody is ever dead in this franchise, ever. There's just, you can't fool me at this point. And speaking of people dying and coming back, he didn't really die, but he did leave the franchise. The Rock. The Rock is back. What the heck? The post-credit scene with The Rock, like, blew my mind for many reasons. Before they did the unveiling of him taking the mask off, the stunt, I want to say there was a stunt double under that mask, because he did not look big and jacked like The Rock until, you know, The Rock took his mask off. But the fact that The Rock was back in the movie was crazy, because there's a lot of off-screen drama between him, Tyrese, Vin Diesel. There's just a lot of drama since Hobbs and Shaw, I believe. So just the fact that The Rock was able to actually come back and is presumably, I would imagine, going to be in the next movie, that's just crazy, and I can't wait to see that, man. That's going to be nuts. That really caught me off guard. I know I got spoiled for some people online early. Luckily, I didn't see any spoilers before coming into this movie, so that completely just caught me off guard, and I was not expecting that at all. It was a great movie, and I'm surprised and not surprised, because this is supposed to be part one of a three-part trilogy, but I am surprised that the movie left us on a cliffhanger. We haven't had that before from Fast and the Furious, and I kind of liked it. Like, you know, obviously I would love to know what happens, but leaving it on that cliffhanger honestly just gets me so excited for the next movie. I can't wait to see what happens, and if this is part of like a trilogy, I can't even imagine like what's going to take place in the next movie. But one thing's for sure, The Rock is going to be in it. All of the Fast, I don't believe that anybody in that plane crashing died, between Ludacris' character, Tyrese's character, Ramsey. None of those characters are dead. We saw the plane crash, but come on, we all know they're still alive. They all got away somehow. So we all know the whole cast is going to be back in the next movie. We know The Rock's going to be in the next movie. Jason Momoa's character is going to be in the next movie. So I can't wait to see Jason Momoa taking on The Rock, and man, that's just going to be great. I don't know how any of this is going to play out, and I'm sure Brie Larson's character is going to have something to do with it as Mr. Nobody's daughter, and I think Mr. Nobody's still alive. I'm calling it now. I feel like he's still alive because Brie Larson's character, she in the movie when she referred to her dad, she said when my dad disappeared, not when my dad died. So that leads me to believe that Mr. Nobody is still alive. But man, this movie was amazing. I really enjoyed it, and I'm a little biased because I'm such a big Fast and the Furious fan. If you guys have been, fans of my channel for a while, you know. But if you're new, like I have so many Fast and the Furious diecast and other just little collectibles and stuff from Fast and the Furious. So I really enjoy this franchise. Now, while I haven't been the biggest fan of the last couple movies, I really enjoyed this. I think this is, I don't know where I would rank this as far as all the Fast movies. Maybe that's in my next video that I'll do. If you leave a comment down below if you guys want to see me rank all the Fast and the Furious movies. I think I'll probably do that anyways because that is something I would love to do. But I wouldn't say this is the best Fast and the Furious movie and not the worst. It's somewhere in the middle. I just don't know where exactly I will place it. But it's definitely better, I would say, than Fast 9, Fast 8, and Fast 4 and Fast 6. So it's somewhere above all those movies. I would have to really sit down and see, where I would put it, but I think that's an idea for my next video, ranking all the Fast and Furious movies. I'm probably going to do that because just thinking about it now has me pretty excited. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell. But I think that's going to do it. I know this video was kind of all over the place and random. I'm literally just spitballing everything that came to my mind. But this was a really enjoyable movie. The action was great. It was relatively grounded by Fast and the Furious standards. And, oh, another thing. There was a lot more cars in this movie. I feel like the last couple movies, they didn't really focus on the cars so much. It was just like all action, and then they would use the cars when they had to get from like point A to point B, really. But this movie was just like, we had a street race, which was awesome. And there was just a lot more focus on cars in this movie than the past couple movies. So I really did appreciate that because at the end of the day, this movie was started by street racing, by cars. So it was just great to see a bigger focus on cars in this movie. So, thumbs up for that. But yeah, like I said, I don't know the format of this type of video that I'm trying to do. I'm literally just like spitballing everything that has come to my mind just fresh off of seeing the movie. So I hope this video makes sense. I hope you guys liked this style of video. I don't know if you guys want to see like a more traditional movie review, but I don't know if I could do that. Just the way my brain works, this is just what I feel more comfortable with. I don't know if I could do like a traditional standard movie review. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below, and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So I think that's going to do it for me. Go see the movie. It's out in theaters now. It was a great time, great action, pretty grounded, had cars, had great actors, plot twists, surprise reappearances, and people coming back from the dead. Everything that you can want in a movie like this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. That link's in the description down below. And I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.